One of the greatest things about what I do is the variety of people and theories that I come across. Once in a while though, you seem to cross paths with someone that sticks around a little bit more than usual. And today's video is evidence of this, as it is the 4th time that he's been on. That's right, today I bring you The World by Hans. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, SciManDan, and my special guest, Conspiracies by Hans. Yes, the Conspiracy King is back as we take another look at his warped world, and today he's taken exception to the ozone layer. Let me guess, it's a hoax?
Hans Wormhat, this is a video on this article about the ozone layer and China. Big, scary, evil, mean China, nasty, polluting China, and they're getting you scared, riled up again about the ozone layer. I don't know if people are so much afraid of the ozone layer these days, but...
I wouldn't say people are afraid of it. It's kind of important, you know, filtering out the dangerous UV radiation and all that. I like ozone.
This is just playing into the China's mean, big, evil, super overpopulated population hoax. There's something weird about China and China's population. They lie about it. They divide any number that they give you by like 100 or 1,000 or something, and you're probably getting closer to reality.
So China has a population then of between 1.4 million and 14 million. Right. Even though Beijing has a known population of 21.5 million. I think he just likes spewing words.
And so here's the story. A chemical band around the globe. They love to bring up the globe. When you wake up to flat Earth, that's when you realize, why the heck are people talking about the globe every 5 seconds?
Kind of a consequence of living on one, I'm afraid.
People talk about the planet every 5 seconds. Even when I was asleep, outer space reality, it's not something that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. So when you wake up, you realize how unnatural it is to constantly be talking about in the universe, on the globe, global, but that's part of their spellcraft. If they keep telling you a lie over and over and over and over and over again, you just accept it, even though it never made any sense to begin with.
The personal incredulity here is very strong with Hans.
So here we go, the whole idea of the ozone layer is to get an idea of a globe in your head. Well, here, let's just get with the story. So here's a picture that was associated with this, and they always tell the truth with the pictures. You just have to understand symbolism. It really is as easy as understanding symbolism and what are you actually looking at. And I mean, it makes it easier when you know everything's bullshit and you know the truth. It makes it easier to say, well, okay, this is clearly BS. What do you notice about this image?
If I had to guess, I would say it depicts the emission of a certain substance from 2 different locations in China, using a red colour to depict said substance.
It's a serpent's tongue. That's a forked snake's tongue.
Oh, of course. How naive of me.
Here, it seems number-coded CFC11. And this is just one thing about their science hoaxes like this. They can always backtrack and write whatever fake history they want for the past years. Like, that is until last year. So this article is being written now. They're talking about last year, so that's 2018. But then read the last line. They have been actually increasing since 2013. So if they've been collecting data on this for like 5 or 6 years by this point, why are we just now hearing about it? And it's because that's how these stories work. They just think, oh, we haven't talked about the ozone in a while. We should just come up with a story. And then they just backtrack. I mean, they like the number 13. Is that why they picked 2013? Probably.
Yes, that's exactly why they've picked that year.
It's probably just a bunch of BS. Meaning, not BS as in China isn't polluting, which it surely is. It's irrelevant. They don't actually monitor this stuff that closely. They can just make up whatever figures they want in the moment.
So he accepts that China is polluting, but when the pollutants disagree with his worldview, then he doesn't believe it. Right.
The increase implied that someone was secretly violating the Montreal Protocol, but the limitations of measuring devices meant the location of the polluter could only be traced to somewhere in East Asia. It's always a big mystery that they have to unravel. It'll come in installments. They always love to make their stories come in installments. Oh, we're still figuring out, well, blah, blah, blah.
That is how science works. If science figured out everything all at once, straight away, then we wouldn't need science anymore.
It shouldn't have taken a genius to figure out that China was polluting a bunch of stuff, right? And what about all their satellites? I thought they have 1 billion satellites up there that can check this stuff.
1 billion satellites. 1 billion. Hans not understanding how numbers work there, it seems.
Well, they're still working on that. Have you noticed that? That's like a real discrepancy about satellites. People just assume that there's all these satellites up there monitoring everything, but then when you start to look into it, why aren't any of these satellites broadcasting footage of ball Earth? Oh, it's because it's a big fake. Why are there so many satellites, but when I go to Google and type in satellites, it's all a bunch of cartoon CGI stuff?
You ask for pictures, we provide, you claim fake and that it's all CGI, and so it continues. Hans moves on to talk about an ozone hole.
The huge ozone hole that forms above Antarctica. Antarctica is just one big hoax. I don't even believe it's cold. I don't believe in the penguin stuff. And it's probably a warm place.
Oh really? Then please, why don't you go and take a day trip and spend the whole day in your undercrackers and then tell me how cold it is?
And I bet a lot of trainees retire there.
Oh come on. You can tell we just threw that in for good measure.
Ozone hole. I guess time to talk about Oz, Bozo, Ozo, just Oz. O and Z are the only two letters in Chaldean gematria. That's 7. I mean, even Ozo, it's a rearrangement of zoo.
So, Hans moves on to talk about the actual word ozone layer.
Hard to believe that. Ozone layer is 55 in Pythagorean. One thing too about the word ozone layer, that hint is in the name. As always, their truth is in plain sight. It's not called the ozone shell, which would be around a sphere. It's called the ozone layer. It's a flat layer. It's just a layer of our atmosphere. And this is where there's truth hidden in plain, or truth mixed in with the lies.
If I painted an orange, would you say that I'd added a layer of paint or a shell of paint?
There probably is a part of our atmosphere that does what they say the ozone layer is, but what they do is they twist that into reinforcing the ball Earth in your mind. They don't teach you the truth about the ozone layer, which is a layer of our atmosphere. And I could even do just a whole video on the atmosphere, because the atmosphere makes no sense under NASA.
So did it make sense before NASA existed then?
Gases always fill a vacuum. You can't have an atmosphere surrounded by a vacuum. The atmosphere itself, the fact that it's here, proves that we're contained. We're inside of a dome.
Oh, someone's been watching Phuket Word.
In the 70s, this was huge. And then it died away for a while. And I guess here they start talking about skin cancer in humans, other ecological problems. This is probably when they started telling people to smear petroleum products all over their skin. But don't get natural sunlight on your skin. You got to smear our product all over you. Who in their right mind thinks that that's truth? That God made this place so that we have to buy some product all the time just to be out in the sunshine. Problem is that people never go outside anymore. So by the time it's summer and it's nice and they're like, oh, I'm going to go outside, they're super white and then they get burnt. You're supposed to spend more time out in the sun.
Just to be clear here, everyone, if you intend to spend more than 20 minutes in the sunlight, then please do wear some sort of sun protection. The link between skin cancer and increased exposure to sunlight is undeniable. And I think that's where we'll leave it today. Hans has moved from harmless hoax theories to genuinely casting doubt about whether or not you need sun protection. How has this man got 12,000 subscribers? Right, thank you very much for joining me for the first ever episode of The World by Hans. If you did, I would thoroughly appreciate a like and subscribe. I have been SciManDan. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another monthly comment special. See you then.